Good evening to one and all present here. On behalf of Biorix, I warmly welcome you all to today's Biotalk session. So, Biotalk is an initiative by Biorix to bring biology beyond textbooks by creating a space where ideas, research, and real world science come together. Through these sessions, we aim to spark curiosity, encourage scientific thinking, and build a community that actively engages with science and nature. The topic for today's session is Introduction to Birdwatching. We are delighted to have Mr. Abhay K, third year B.Sc physics student from Sacred Hearts College, Thevara, Ernakulam, as our speaker. So, without any further delay, let us bring today's session. So, Abhay, over to you. Thank you.
Hi Nitin, thank you for the wonderful introduction. And so I will introduce myself in between the session. So I think let's move to the session. Is that okay? Am I audible? All clear?
Yes, Abhay.
Yeah, sure. Can you see the screen? Is it visible?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. It's now full screen, right? It's now on full screen.
Yeah,
Nothing distractions, right? Okay. Yeah, so I think the session would be much more interesting if it would be kind of interactive session. I wanna be the session be like one set session that I am giving the lecture and all others are just listening. I don't want the session to move in such a way. I think it will be better to give an interactive session. Okay. So I think all of you will be with me, and so shall we start? Yeah. So can everyone see the screen, like beyond feathers screen?
it is visible.
Yeah. So can anyone tell me what do you like? What comes in your mind while viewing the image? This is not the best image I have captured it. Like by contrast and all other things, this is not the best I have captured, but it is according to me this is the best. Like for me, the situation when I captured this image was the best, what was unforgettable. So can anyone tell me that what comes to your mind when you see the image? You can comment, I guess. Yeah, I think Atraya. Yeah, you can tell. Anyone who like you can tell what comes to you in your mind by seeing the image. Can anyone? Hello, am I audible? Wait a second. Yeah, can anyone please tell that? Like that will be the. I think that will be the starting. That with that we can move forward. Yeah, it's motherhood. It's parental care. It's cute. Must be about birds. Yeah, yeah, the session is about birds, right? So the picture will also be about birds. So yeah, it's feeding. Any other suggestions? Love, care, simply okay. Okay, so let me tell about this. Okay, this image was captured by me in a 30 survey. You guys know raptor monitoring and kind of steps. Like we go to 30, we have 2 points in 30, like VP1 vantage point one and vantage point two, and we were after the session, like after the raptor monitoring session, I got, yeah, after, yeah, after the session I got an opportunity to take a beautiful shot of the bird feeding its kid. Like it was like a kind of classroom for yeah, we have seen a lot of classroom for students, we have seen a lot of classroom for like human beings and such other things. The bird was the younger one, it was sitting in a wire, it has jumped from its nest and it has got in a wire, and the mother bird which was trying to make the little one fly. The bird was going here and there and trying to show the feet, like it had a worm in its mouth and it was trying to show the feet to the younger one, and it was trying to make the younger one fly. It's kind of teaching the younger ones how to fly, how to live, and how to like face challenges in the life. Yeah, so that's about the picture. The this is the picture that has like which felt best to me. According to contrast, it's not the best, but according to me, it's the best picture I have ever taken. And so, can anyone tell why do we watch birds? Anyone? Hello? Yeah, yeah, Pranav. They look attractive and it's very interesting. Okay. Yeah, do you know what is meant by bird watching? The thing. Yeah, birds has a special behavior that we usually don't we usually don't notice it. Birds are around us, but we usually doesn't notice it at all, and we just go for what we want, and we just get what we want, and we just come back. Okay, we are not nowadays. We are in front of this thing, like we are in completely in front of the mobile phone and the screen. Yeah, so bird watching teaches how to look at perspectives, like how, while watching a bird, it's not just about watching how the bird looks and what it does. It's more about a story behind the bird and the whoever with the, yeah, so it's about whoever with the bird, and it's about the story behind these things. Okay, bird watching is not just like identifying the birds and going for photography, going for taking videos and sharing it in social media and all such stuffs. It's about knowing more about the bird, knowing more about the behavior, knowing more about knowing much more deeply into the nature. Yeah, if we go into birds, we can move to like butterflies, like damselflies, dragonflies, etc., and all such things. Birds, I have started with birds, and now I am slightly moving on to other things too, like a damselfly, dragonfly, and butterflies, etc., etc. And so, bird watching, it was the first thing which taught me the nature is not just about how it looks. It's about the story that's behind the thing. Okay, and yeah, for me bird watching is kind of relaxation. Like whenever I feel down and I feel all such things, I just go somewhere and watch birds, and like I sit there for hours watching birds, watching nature and what they does and everything like that. And okay, can someone tell me how many birds do you know, and if possible, which are the birds you know? Can anyone tell me? Please put in the comments. I think it will be better. Yeah, pigeon is there. 100 plus for South India. Okay. Parrot. Next. I request all of you to keep the thing interactive, not just listening. Just you should also and reply. Okay. Roasting the parakeet, Alexandrian parakeet, house sparrow. Okay. Crow, kingfishers, and birds. Okay. Flycatcher, eastern barn owl. Okay. Eastern barn owl. Okay. Austin's personal favorite is eastern barn owl, right? Okay. Good. 311 plus in Palakkad. Woodpecker. Okay, I think it's time to tell about my journey and how I entered into bird watching and all such stuffs. And I think it's now time. Like, if someone asked me the same question, how many birds do you know? Which are the birds do you know? And I think the answer I will be having will be much more than what you have commented right now. Like you have commented about roasting the parakeet, Alexandrian parakeet, house sparrow, etc., cow, kingfisher, crow, kingfishers, and bird flycatcher, yeah, barn owl, and such all such things. Yeah, if the same question was asked to me before 6 years, like before 2019, it would my answer would be crow, myna, and the one we see in egret. Like we used to in I am from Kasagod, and we used to tell it as kocha or kuku. Like the we have many types of egrets, that's the secondary thing, and we commonly call all everything as cook, like even the Indian pond heron, etc., we commonly call that as cook. Yeah, and at that time the number of birds that I know was about like below 10, no, nothing more than 10. It was just below 10. Okay, then after I think on December 25th, 2019, I still remember the date. Yeah, on December 25th, 2019, I am from an organization, NGO, Pulleri Aravat, and they conducted a bird watching session. Like they took some students, like some children's, we were around 15 plus students were there, and a person named Maxim Rodriguez, like he is one of the best birders in Kerala, I guess. And yeah, he's one of the best in Kerala, and he took us, the 15 of us, into the wetland, like into the paddy field which was in front of my home. And at that time, I guess Pranav was there along with Maxim, and they took us to the field, and while coming back after the birdwatching trail, I was able to identify about 45 plus birds. From the six birds to 45 plus birds in one single stretch. It was about a 1.5 hours of session of trial, and I was able to identify 45 plus species in the single session. It made me curious about thing, and it was like it awake the curiosity in me. And fortunately on or unfortunately, after the 2019, after 2020 March, I guess it was Corona, like COVID-19 came. The pandemic came, and it was for me it was fortunate or unfortunate. Like I don't know, I still don't know why the thing is like that. The During that time I need to escape from my home, like due to COVID, no, my parents would not allow me to go outside, and I wanted to escape from my home. So at that time, I told my parents that I'm going to watch birds. I need to know more about birds and all such things. All I had in my hand was this thing, like the Kerala Pakshikal. It has almost 140 plus species in this thing, and all I had in my hand was this thing. And it was kind of excuse to get out of get out of my home. And it was COVID time, we didn't had any work and such things, and I, along with my 3 to 4 friends, went near my home, and where is kind of a river is there. We usually sit on the bridge, and we sit there and watch all the surroundings. We leave from the home at almost 5:30. Yeah, at that time we leave the home and we reach the place, and we watch birds. And I look in this, I refer this thing, and I tried to identify birds, and it was kind of nice. At initial stage it was kind of boring, and I didn't want to do that. It was just an excuse for me to leave from my home. And after sometimes I went curious, and the one okay. Yeah, so after sometimes, like I usually go went daily, I went to the bridge at 5:30, and some days I see anyone of you know the sunbird, purple rump sunbird, and purple sunbird lotens, etc., etc. Anyone of you know that thing? Yeah. So I saw the sunbird flying around a tree, like in a, it was in a kind of small forest, like cow is there, no? Yeah, it was a kind of cow, and the sunbird was flying over there, and suddenly I saw it, and I was shocked. Like I thought that it was hummingbird. It was around 6:30 to 7. Between 6:30 to 7, I called Maxim at the very next minute and asked him. I got an hummingbird, and I was kind of thrilled. Like I didn't even know how I expressed that during that time. And the Maxim told me that, yeah, like calm down. We don't have hummingbirds in India, and what you saw was sunbird. And like if we don't have hummingbird in India, it's only in South America and such regions, and we don't have any sunbirds in India. Like it was before the moment I called him, I was kind of like so I don't know what to say. I was kind of so happy that I found a signboard, etc. And Maxim told that it was not, and I continued my search for newer birds, like new birds to identify, like look for new birds, etc., etc. And as a part, after 1 year of bird watching, the organization Pulari uh, made a students wing, like students wing for bird watching named Parava, and it is an young birders association. Okay, so made Parava. I became a member of the Parava, and later on I became a member of Kasagod birders. Like it was a process continuous. Like we didn't had schools and colleges till after 2020 to 2020 to 2023, I guess. Like during this period it was kind of like it was kind of my prime bird watching time. Like, and every day I went to the field and etc., etc. And now I'm part of Kasaragod birders. I'm part of Kochi Natural History Society, and part of Kerala Bird Monitoring, etc. And this is my journey about bird watching. In between there are many incidents that happened to me, like on the way I would like to share it. Okay. And so the next question is, what is bird watching? Any replies? What is bird watching? Anyone has any replies? Okay, bird watching is watching birds for a passion out of love for the species. Okay, we record in, identify, understand their behavior. Okay, any other replies? Being curious to learn about birds and their behaviors. Okay, yeah, bird watching is kind of observation. Like bird watching is kind of observing a bird, identifying the bird, and learning more about the bird, and documenting. The up to this is for personal purposes, like observing, identifying, and learning more about the birds. All such thing up to this is for personal purposes, for our relaxation, for etc., etc. And if and the next stage, what we are doing is a kind of contribution, like contribution to citizen science. Like we document the things, like we record. Document is not photographing alone. It's kind of it's writing which are the birds we saw. It's noting their voices down and everything such like that. And we And the thing is that we observe the bird, we identify the bird, we learn more about their behavior, etc., and we document it, we conserve it, and this is the way the bird watching works. And this is the basic bird autonomy, like how we identify the bird. Okay, we have like many of the birds' name is has been came from this anatomy. Like we anyone know red-vented bulbul and yellow-billed babbler and black-naped monarch, etc. Anyone knows? Yeah. So it's kind of the name of red-vented bulbul has been came from you can see the vent here, like just behind the legs, and the color of the vent of red-vented bulbul is red. That's why the name came. And coming to black-naped monarch, the color of its nape is black, and other things are there. Many of the birds' names come from their body features. Like we have you know, do you know about herd spotted woodpecker? It's a beautiful bird. Anyone know herd spotted woodpecker? Okay, Austin saw it in Cook. It's very tiny woodpecker. Okay, yeah, herd spotted woodpecker's name came as the wings, and like the body of the woodpecker has herd shaped things, like herd shaped design. I will show the image. Wait a second. Yeah, this is the image. You can, I think you can see the herd spots, like a spot of like it looks like herd, and you can see the image here. And this is the this is why the name came as herd spotted woodpecker. And all many such birds has the name came from its body features, etc. And let's move on to the next slide. Can anyone tell me what's the relation between all three images? The bullet train, Eiji Nakatsu. I really don't know how to pronounce the name of this man, and the common kingfisher. Can anyone tell me what's the connection? Yeah, Austin. The bullet shape was inspired by the kingfisher's beak. Okay, the front is built like the beak of for fast bullet train sound. Okay, Kavingal Devi. Okay, yeah. The thing is that it was the Eiji Nakatsu was the chief engineer of bullet train. It's a train in Japan. I think everyone knows about that. And the problem that arises for the bullet train was when it passes through a tunnel, it like it pushes the air and the pressure increases, and while exiting the tunnel, it the sound comes like a sonic boom. Like it has a very huge sound, and the home houses and the buildings nearby and the people living nearby was really affected by the sound. Like they they were about to hear the sound every day while the every time while the train passes, and it's kind of irritating. It's kind of like it kind of breaking our mental stability. Like that was the situation. And the Eiji Nakatsu was a bird watcher, and he once watched how the common kingfisher dived to catch fishes, and he was inspired from the design, and he tried it in the bullet train. That's how the problem of sound in bullet trains was solved. And this is the thing: kingfisher's beak was been inspired. Like the bullet train's beak was inspired from the kingfisher, and designed in thing like design the front part according to the kingfisher. As kingfisher dives, the splashes that spread is very low. Like as it dives, we don't really feel much splashes around. Like it goes smoothly. That's what made the chief engineer inspired. And why birds matter? Yeah, no ripples when the beak broke the water surface. Yeah. It's correct. Yeah, why birds matter? That's the next question. Okay, pest control. Next. Seed dispersal. Okay. Seed dispersal. Okay. Next. Maintenance the food chain. Yeah, Pranav. It's it's the exact thing what I was trying to say. Like we know that why are we like conserving tigers? Like we know that it will eat other animals, it will kill other animals, and all such things. But why are we protecting tigers and constructing tiger reserves? That's part of the food chain. Like if the number of tigers become less, and it's kind the wild bull, I think its name is, I forgot the name how to tell that. Yeah, the number of wild bull and other herbivores things, like other herbivores and also carnivores and all kind of things in the forest increases, like which are ground feeding and which are feeding other animals increases, and it will break the food chain and it will cause a huge destruction to the food chain, and the entire race, like not only the race of animals, the entire entire race, entire living thing will be destroyed. Like everything is connected to each other, as we know the part of ecosystem, everything and food chain, everything is connected to each other. Yeah, can anyone say, does this bird, like the white-throated kingfisher, has any specialty? Yeah, we usually see other things like the common kingfisher, pied kingfisher, and all such things near the water bodies. But we still see the white-throated kingfisher away from the water bodies, near the near houses, near colleges, near schools, etc., etc. And what may be the reason? Anyone? Part of ecosystem as any other component. Okay. Next, it's that is not just fish. Okay, so it's a very good reply. And anyone else? Okay, am not wasting much time for this interaction. Like, let's go to the content. The thing is that the white-throated kingfisher not only eats the fishes, it's the what other reptiles, other small reptiles. It even eats the rat. This is the photo of a white-throated kingfisher eating a rat. Like its mouth can be open like in a such a big manner, and it can eat the rat easily. Like wherever rat is present, we will be able to see white-throated kingfisher nearby somewhere. Okay, and next. Okay, now go. Let's concentrate on the topic, and let's go to the topic about birds. Okay, we commonly have two type kind of birds: local birds and migratory birds. Like local birds is the one which stays in the location forever and forever, like it does local migrations but not much migrations, like it travels not it doesn't travel to other countries and other things. It's kind of local migration. And coming to the birds, it has been divided into five parts, like it's wetland and wetland or paddy field birds, estuaries, which can be found in estuaries, and which can be found in forest and sacred groves, like forest birds, and laterite terrains and dry glass and grasslands. Okay, these are the these are the division of birds. Like we can see in wetlands, we can see in estuaries, we can see in forest, we can see in laterite terrains. Like we can see birds in almost every terrain. Like there is nothing kind of we can't see this bird here. We can't see any bird in this locality. There is nothing like that. We can see every bird, like every bird at its location. Like some birds are like allocated to wetlands, and some birds are allocated to estuaries, some birds to forests, some birds to laterite lands, etc. And anyone of you know the bird? Anyone of you know the bird? Yeah, it's the godwit. Yeah, and it's named bar-tailed godwit. It has a Guinness record on its name. Like it is the bird which flies over 13,560 kilometers from Alaska, US to New Zealand in 11 days. It doesn't stop anywhere in between. It doesn't stop to feed. It doesn't stop to drink water. It doesn't stop anywhere. It's a continuous flight of about 13,560 kilometers. it's the it has the record of non-stop flight, and longest non-stop flight in the bird section. And it has while it begins the journey, it will be twice this size. About when it reaches here, comparing to when it reaches here, the size of the bird in the beginning will be twice the size of the bird. And coming to our farmland birds, okay, we have six kind of farmland birds, like which are commonly seen in our farmlands, like which are easy to be seen around us. And that include granivorous, omnivorous, insectivorous, frugivorous, nectarivorous, and carnivorous. The granivorous is the kind of birds which rely on seeds, grains, etc., etc. For their food. They doesn't eat any other insects and such things. They rely completely on grains and seeds. And coming to the omnivorous, they eat anything like they eat insects, they eat worms, they eat other trashes, and etc., etc. And coming to insectivorous, it eats insect mainly. And coming to frugivorous, it eats fruits. And coming to nectivorous, it eats nectar, like nectar of plants, etc., nectar of flowers, I mean. Carnivorous, it's the flesh and other meats thing. And coming to granivores, these are some of the commonly seen. If we avoid the laughing dove, these are the commonly seen birds in Kerala, across Kerala. This is the white-trumped munia. The second one is the scaly-breasted munia. Third one is rosy starling, and the fourth one down below the white-trumped munia is laughing dove, and the next to it is rock pigeon. Yeah, nectivorous birds also help in pollination. Yeah, that's right. And coming to the last one, it's spotted dove. The thing is that we can see the rock pigeon comparatively higher in Kerala more than the spotted dove. Anyone knows what may be the reason? Anyone knows the reason? Okay, I will tell the reason. The rock pigeon is not a bird in which was found in India at the beginning, and the spotted white dove was the one which was found in India. And in I think in 2012 2013 range, there came a huge difference, and the lot of rock pigeon was found in India, and the count of spotted dove was reduced. It was a fall down. Like, it was a huge decline on the number of spotted dove. And now we commonly see rock pigeon, but we rarely see spotted dove. Not rarely. If you are an observer, you may see spotted dove randomly. But if you are not an observer, you may be seeing rock pigeon much more than really. Absolutely, I don't know the reason exactly. It happened. A huge migration was happened to rock pigeon. They shifted to here. They here the number was so huge in 2012 2013 range. Okay, and that you guys know that the rock pigeon spread allergies and skin diseases. Rock pigeon is a major factor which spreads skin diseases, allergies, etc., etc. And it by feeding it, like many of us feeds the rock pigeon, and by seeing a huge flock of rock pigeon sitting, we just go and feeds them. Please keep in mind that you may be you may be facing allergies after that. Like it spreads a huge allergy and skin diseases, the rock page. Yeah. And coming to frugivorous, we have the Indian grey hornbill, rose-ringed parakeet, and the coppersmith barbet, and the Asian coil. Anyone knows who which is the bird sitting next to the Asian coil? Anyone? Yeah, it's female. It's female of the Asian coil. And coming to the hornbill, we have lots of hornbills. We have three to four species of hornbills in Kerala. Like we have pied hornbill, we have Malabar hornbill, and we have the what Indian hornbill, etc. Coming to the parakeet, this the thing is named parakeet, not parrot. I think many of you had have an thing in mind that this is parrot, and this is not not parrot. It's named parakeet. We have roasting parakeet, and we have the plum-headed parakeet, which is a common bird, and the next one is Malabar parakeet, which is a little bit rare. Like not it's not kind of rare. It's seen in the highlands and such things. Okay. Yeah, there's a vernal hanging parrot. That's the only thing we have in parrot. The rest of the things are parakeets. The vernal hanging parakeet, parrot is the only parrot, and the salty-headed and Alexandrian. Yeah, okay. The Alexandrian, I don't know if it has been spotted in India. I don't have much information about the Alexandrian parakeet. I doesn't check about Alexandrian parakeets. Okay. Okay, so coming to the next image, we can see a common iora feeding a female. I think it's female. Yeah, a female Asian coil. Like I think it's twice or more than twice the size of the common iora, but still it's feeding the Asian coil. As we all know that the Asian coil uh, lays its eggs in other bird's nest. Like it doesn't. Yeah, brood parasite. Yeah, it lays its eggs in other bird's nest, and it kinds of go away, and the other bird in which bird's nest the egg is laid, the bird takes care of the Asian coil. It will be a huge. It will have a huge difference between the mother bird and the Asian coil. Like Asian coil size will be almost double very soon, but still the mother bird doesn't. Okay, Zindagi Ki Craze comes to mind. Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay, so it's huge comparing to the mother bird. Like the size of the Asian coil is twice or thrice the size of the mother bird, but still it doesn't know that it's not its kid, and it still feeds the bird. But due to this problem, the mother bird loses its own kids, like by feeding the Asian coil much more than she feeds her own kid. Due to this reason, many of the kids of the mother bird lost its life. And coming to the next bird, it's yellow footed green pigeon. It's a kind of bird which eats like fig, a kind of fig fruit is there. No, it eats such kind of fruits. And coming to nectarivorous, these are the thing. This the thing that I said. I felt like hummingbird. This is the one in the left is purple rummed sunbird, and the second one is purple sunbird, and the third one is crimson back sunbird. Okay, yeah, this is the bird which I thought it's kind of hummingbird. Yeah, okay, so Uh, the bird drinks nectars from the flowers and other thing, flowers of the plants, and it helps in pollination a lot. And we have one more bird in this category, which is common. It's Lawton sunbird. I think I have kept, yeah, the one in the first page, like birds in our farmlands page, is the Lawton sunbird, and the other is purple sunbird. Yeah, you may think that it's kind of looks the same, but what's the difference? If you watch the beak of the bird closely, we can see a huge difference in that. The beak of purple rum sunbird is very small, like not very small, but it's small comparing to Lawton sunbird. Yeah, like it have a huge like a curved beak, but in case of the other one, it have a short curved beak. Okay, coming to insectivores. Insectivores are birds which it insects for its food, and we have Indian roller on the top and Indian paradise flycatcher, which has the long tail. Yeah, like we have another plumage of this thing, which is fully white. Like it will have a black head, but it's fully white. The wings, the tail, and all such things are white in color. It looks so good. And on the right we have tiger flycatcher, and coming down we have paddy field pipit, and next on the lower right end is the wire-tail swallow, which all these things are insectivorous, like which eats insects. Okay, there are many other birds. Like we have almost 500 plus birds alone in Kerala, and almost 1,500 plus birds in India. And in this, many of this of other flycatchers are there. This is just some few example which can be easily seen. They remove the tiger flycatchers part. Okay, it's little bit. I'm from Kasaragod. It's little bit rare to see this thing in Kasaragod. Okay, coming to the next, we have Asian green bee-eater, and on the other hand, we have like blue-tailed bee-eater. The difference is the tail, and the tail of Asian green bee-eater is green color, and Asia blue. The other blue-tailed bee-eater has a blue color in its tail. That's the difference, and it's blue-tailed bee-eater is kind of a migratory bird, like it does local migrations and migrations, but the other one is a resident bird. Okay, okay. So can you guess something in this image? Like there is a image of a woodpecker there, and can you guess any uh, kind of things from this image? It's not flame bat. Any other answers? Yeah, the thing is that it's common in woodpeckers. That the thing is, yeah, like if we hit a tree at this force, like by the force which the like outer shell of the tree is. Okay, yeah. Can you? The question is, Austin. The question is that can you guess something about the bird? Yeah, but not about the bird. About the action. Like, is there something interesting in this? Do anyone know? Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the thing. Kamingal Ravi has answered. Yeah, that's the thing. As we all know that if anyone hits the head so hardly to a surface, they will get a brain damage for sure. The brain will hit the skull and it will get damaged. And it's a point that, like, the moment it happens, it's dead. But in case of woodpeckers, what happens is the woodpeckers takes his tongue and wrap around the brain, and it wraps around the brain, and it hits the tongue acts as a safety, like it's kind of a airbag, such feature, like it absorbs the vibration. It's absorb the huge shock, and it gives the bird like it protects the bird from that. That's the thing in this. Yeah, coming to the next, it's omnivorous. We have common myna and crow. That's the most common birds seen in omnivorous. We have hill mynas, and we have many kind of mynas. We have hill myna, we have jungle myna, etc., etc. But these two are the most common things we can see. And coming to crows, we have large-billed crow. You say balikaka is there, no? Yeah, that's the thing. Coming to crow, and coming to the next part, it's carnivores. Yeah, like we know that if a rat can produce almost 880 plus new kids in an year, how does the ecosystem controls that? Any answers? We have only 10 minutes left. I just show it now. Okay, any answers regarding the thing? Predation. Okay. Any other? Reptiles and birds as pest control, yeah, that's correct. Okay, yeah, I think and that's end of the chat, and let's come to the point. The thing is that the all kind of carnivorous birds, majority of carnivorous birds eats rat. Like it comes and snaps the rat and goes away. Kind of shikra, Prapidian, that's shikra. And we have one similar of shikra, it's crested goshak and besra. Besra has a pencil thin leg and compared to shikra, and the other crested goshak has a puff behind the legs. Okay, that's how we differentiate Shikra, Besra, and Crested Goshak. And yeah, coming to Shikra, it's comes if it sees a rat, it comes down and it snaps the rat and goes like it goes to a treetop, and it's have the rat. And if something is remaining, like some part of the body is remaining, it's fly away and drop it somewhere else. Okay, maybe somewhere in the paddy field, maybe somewhere else, etc. And it snaps the rat and goes. Birds are one of the like major predator of rats. Like they control the growth of rat in a massive way. We cannot even imagine how these guys do these things. And coming to the carnivorous birds, we have this is just an example of carnivorous birds. We have a lot of carnivorous birds which are seen in Kerala and India. And we have here we have Shikra. The next one is Legis hawk eagle. And coming to the right top, it's black winged kite. And coming to the left bottom, it's black eagle. Like we have black kite and also black eagle. Black kite is a kind of small bird. Like it's kind of very small, which we usually see everywhere. Like it's have a V kind of cut in its tail. It's the shape is kind of V shaped, and it goes like this. And it's kind of common. It has a size nearly to Shikran, slightly bigger than Shikran. Okay, coming to the black eagle, it has a massive size. It's twice the size of the Shikra. Like its wingspan is about 1 meter, I guess. Its wingspan is so big, like it's almost 70, minimum of 70 centimeter of wingspan. It has an adult black eagle. Okay, and coming to the right bottom one, it is white bellied sea eagle. It's a bird which is found which is found in a region from Kasargod to Mahi, and in the other regions it's found very rarely. I don't think majority of regions has found it. It's only one or two regions, except this thing, has found the bird, and it is the bird which was declared as the first district bird. of Kasargod. Like the thing was, the white-bellied sea eagle was declared as the district bird of Kasargod in 2023, I guess. Yeah, it was the first bird to be declared in a such a way. And coming to the next carnivorous birds, it's the white-throated kingfisher, and we have black-headed ibis, and also Asian open-bill stork. We have storks. We have other kind of storks too. We have a white stork. We have painted stork, etc. And coming to the ibis, we have glossy ibis, and we have red-headed ibis. Red-headed ibis is not usually seen in Kasargod. I don't know the thing in other districts. I am from Kasargod, and it's not seen usually in Kasargod. I don't know the other things, but it's seen in Karnataka. I have seen the red-headed ibis in Karnataka. Okay, can anyone identify the bird? It kind of has a huge aura on itself. Yeah, Austin, it's peregrine falcon. Can anyone say what's the specialty of the bird? Yeah, fastest. Okay, it's for the fastest. Anyone else? Fast. Okay, Kiran Khanna. Fast. Okay. Okay, let me explain the thing. The peregrine falcon is the fastest living thing in the entire world. Nothing is faster than this thing. Like it's the norm. Like while it dives to catch something, while it dives to snap a bird or snap something, it comes in a speed of about 300 plus kilometer per hour. Okay, it migrates from for northeast of Kerala. Okay, yeah, it comes at a speed of 320 plus kilometers per hour. Imagine the speed. We usually go in car. A maximum speed at which we go in a car is about maximum is 200 in a normal car. Like even if you go for Benz, Audi, BMW, anything, its maximum is about 200, and nowhere we can use something more than that. But this bird dives at a speed of 320 kilometers per hour. And the weight of the bird is small, but even though at that speed and at that mass, the impact this it gives, not just by gravity, the wing and the while it's diving, its wing is like it's designed, it kind of designed to uh, designed for aerodynamics. It seems like the wings of the peregrine falcon has been kind of designed by an aerodynamic engineer, like such a huge engineer. It's the wing. While it dives, it keeps the wing close to its body, like in a V shape on both side, and we have almost 3 points, like the shoulder of right wing, shoulder of left wing, and shoulder and the head, which are the 3 points. Have you see? You may have seen the images of B2 bomber, right? It looks while it dives, it kind of looks like a B2 bomber. Like comparatively, it's kind of more aerodynamically built more than a B2 bomber. Like it flies in such a fast speed, and in just a snap second, the bird which is sitting in front of it is closed. The chapter is closed. Nothing else to look at. At that speed and at even at a small mass, it can kill a bird. Like the bird may kind of have almost 250 grams. Okay, but 250 gram of bird come of a substance coming at that speed, or at a speed of 320 plus kilometers per hour, will snap anyone. It may even make a huge impact on us if it hits at that speed. Okay, coming to the next, I think it's almost the end of the session. Okay, coming to the next slides. If you know, like burnout, like you may have heard Munga. That's the burnout. Okay, the usual thing is that, yeah, basically man nature's bullet. Yeah, the usual thing about burnout is that the usual myth is that it is not found easily. It's a rare kind of bird, and it's sold at a huge price. Like many films make us think such a way. Like we have, it's sold in black market, etc., etc. And but the thing is that burnout is found almost everywhere. Like if you have a house and near you have some kind of coconut trees and some trees nearby your home, there is a huge chance of barn owl to be found there. Like it's kind of normal bird. It stays in states where people is stays. Like it's not kind of a forest bird. It doesn't lives away from humans. Like it stays where human lives. Like the thing is that the food chain is that where human the place where human lives may uh, do a huge like waste production, and rats come to eat this waste and things, and the banana eats the rat. And the thing is about almost eats 1 to 3 rats per night. The overall count is about 700 to 1,500 rats per year. That's the count. That's how Banal control the rat population. Like it's kind of a huge controller of the rat race. Like if a feeding Banal is there, it usually consumes about 7 to 10 rats per night. The values go up to 3,500 rats per year. That's a huge uh, number of rats in an year. Like a pair of rats can produce almost 880 rats per year, but the barn owl alone eats 1,500, a maximum of 1,500 plus rats an year. Okay, if it's feeding, it eats about 3,500 rats per year. That's the count. That's how the count goes. And benefits of birds to agriculture control. It's almost the last slides. The benefits of birds to agriculture is control crop pests by eating harmful insects. It's what the flycatchers and insectivores usually does, and reduce to rodents like carnivorous birds usually does that, and pollinate flowers, improving fruit and seed production. Like nectar feeding birds usually does that, and disperse seed, the other granivorous does that usually, and control weed growth by feeding on weed seeds. Like the birds ecosystem, the birds itself make a huge amount of profit to the farmer. Like the birds are kind of best friends to the farmer, and the birds maintain ecological balance, support sustainable agriculture. All these things are taken care by birds. Like if birds are not there, many of you who have farms or such things may be destroyed. Okay, so birds are nature's free pest controllers and valuable partners in farming. If you check something like a place where there is lot of birds and other things, the people may not need the usage of pesticide. Like the chemical pesticides will be comparatively very less comparing to a place where there is no birds. Like comparing to a town area, the pesticides use are higher. But in the other case, it's much lower than that. Okay, and I think this is the last fun fact. Last fact. Can anyone identify the bird? Anyone in the chat identify the bird? Yeah, bar-headed goose, Austin Egypt. Yeah, yeah. Do anyone know the fact behind this bird? Yeah, bar-headed goose. Yeah, the thing is that usually a bird comes to India from the Himalaya side by over like kind of rotating rotating along the sides, and comes to India. Usually the bird comes like it kind of overtakes the Himalaya and comes. It does like that in the sideways. But this bird, the bar-headed goose, flies at an height about 7,000 to 8,000 feet over the over the Himalayas, and it's come to India. That's what happens with the bar-headed goose, and its size is about 76. Like its height is about 76 centimeters. That's how it works, and it's a huge bird. Like the 76 centimeter of height is almost half of the size of a human, like of an average human. But this bird at that size, uh, like flies over the Himalayas and comes to India, and it has got such a huge hemoglobin. Like it has got such a modern hemoglobin supply system. I don't know what the stuff is happening inside this. Okay, so these are my some of my photographs. I have many of my photographs are missing from my like my laptop and mobile phone, but still it's in my Instagram accounts. Like you can see the names of my Instagram accounts: Abhay._K_V or photography by Abhay. You can see my other photographs in the Instagram. Yeah, it's meters, 7,000 to 8,000 meters, 23,000 to 26,000 feet. Okay, 7,000 to 8,000 meters and 23,000 to 26,000 feet. If I unknowingly said that it's in feet, I'm so sorry about that. And it's a 7,000 to 8,000 meters. Okay. Yeah, and this is my some of my two of my photographs. Others are on my Instagram page. If anyone would like to visit the page, I have given my username in the thing. And thank you so much. That's for the day, and thank you so much. I hope everyone have maybe at least some of you have enjoyed the session. If possible, can anyone give one or two feedbacks? If possible, anyone? Yeah, before going to the thing, the many of the images are taken from Pinterest and eBird site, and also Google Gallery, and some of the pictures, background pictures, are being created by ChatGPT and Canva, etc. And so I must confess that thing, like many of the like these images are was been created by the images was been created by AI, using AI. Okay, thank you so much for hearing me throughout. It's almost 1 hour 5 minutes since we started the session.